Offline, there we go.
This way I can edit.
Alright.
Or not.
Alright, we're recording. Let's see. Yeah, we're recording. Okay, so JT here with AJ, who cannot figure out his phone. I am sorry, I don't understand my own apps. Okay, so we're here with Michael and Cody. And we are asking, what are your thoughts about the new Solo movie? What are you expecting? What are you worried about?
I'm expecting him to see, find out when they meet Chewie, find out how he gets the Millennium Falcon, and how he gets it up to speed, and how he gets his reputation.
Okay. Michael?
Exactly. He's a space pirate, basically. I can't wait to see how everything comes together, and I hope it's good. I hope it's better than what the previews show.
So what are the parts? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Ooh. See, that's a good point. What did you not like about the preview?
I don't know. It just seemed pretty mellow to me. I mean, you'd think it would be a little bit faster with the Han Solo in it and everything.
Okay.
And
see, my take on the trailer was, it looked like the movie itself is awesome, but Alden Ehrenreich, the actor who's playing Han, just does not seem like Han.
Yeah, a little slow is what I thought it was.
Right.
Yeah. But maybe they're building a story. Is that could be the other thing?
That's what I thought too. I'm like, well, I guess they're not. It's a 10 to 15, 20 year AJ difference between this movie and Episode 4. So he has to change a bit. So maybe he's like,
young and nerdy, maybe.
You got to see early Han Solo.
Yeah.
So, all right. So
that was 40 years ago. Wow. Yeah,
yeah.
A lot of people I actually talk to are waiting on an Obi-Wan movie. I've heard some rumors about that.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe people can comment. See what they think about that.
No, is that they still have not done a third standalone? So is that what? So you would prefer an Obi-Wan movie over Boba Fett? Or a Qui-Gon Jinn movie?
Oh yeah, because we all know where Boba Fett came from. If you watch the episodes 1, 2, and 3, you've seen him more as a kid, and you kind of see where he got his ship from.
Okay.
I would like to see an Obi-Wan movie between 3 and 4. Just to see what he's been doing after he fled from the purge of the Jedi.
Order 66.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? What story do you think they could tell? And this is a good question for you, Michael, too. What story do you think they could tell? Because, in my opinion, I love Obi-Wan. He's one of my favorite characters. But he's basically been living in the desert for 20 years. So what? He's gonna figure out how to turn food into, or turn sand into food or something
That's pretty funny, yeah. But I don't know. At the end of 3, you kind of saw that he was gonna go and try to contact Qui-Gon Jinn through the Force.
Yes.
And they kind of want to, reconnect, more or less. Oh man, there's so much left unsaid. There's so much left unsaid because they left it on a cliffhanger,
right?
I think it would be more of a spiritual journey for Obi-Wan myself. And maybe something with sand people and things like that. But I think it'd be more of a spiritual thing for Obi-Wan with the Force and everything else that maybe built him up to be the master that he eventually was.
So what do you think they could do that would actually develop him into the guy that he has to hand off Luke at the end of Episode 3, and then for Luke was 18 years old or whatever.
Yeah, something
let's say 18 years old at the beginning of Episode 4. What do you think they could do as a story for the 18-year gap?
Maybe put him in watching him from a distance, seeing maybe how he developed younger with his aunt and uncle, and maybe other Jedi that maybe he met.
Right. So
I say they should introduce other Jedi that might have made it through Order 66, because you never know.
Really?
It's a huge galaxy. Yeah. There's no way they could have gone and found every single one, especially if they found out about it.
I love that point.
Yeah.
We've talked about that in our show. Because all of a sudden Yoda and Luke going to going to exile. There's no more Jedi.
They all become a bunch of hermits because the dark side pretty much takes over.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I'm hoping to see in the upcoming movies. Make more light side. coming back. You know, I feel like it's been heavily towards the Galactic Empire and the First Order and stuff like that.
So you're looking for more of like, because it has been dark side centric.
Yeah.
It has been like First Order centric. So
Right.
basically, you guys are looking, well, not you, I should say, Michael, but
Looking more towards the light side.
Yeah, you're looking for more what you were getting out of like, let's say, episode 4.
Right.
Well, there's like
episode 6.
Like when George Lucas owned Star Wars, there was like lore that Luke was starting up in Order of the Jedi so he could rebuild what his father destroyed, you know, like Jedi Temple and Yavin Fort.
Yep.
You know, and that brings in a whole other story about Kyle Katarn through that series. You know,
you're going EU now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going EU now.
Yep. Oh man, I could
We
go
picked
on.
the very perfect people to.
I could go on. I could go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've totally caught up with all the Star Wars stuff
Right.
throughout time. You know, because like when I was a kid, that's all I watched on VHS. You know,
Right.
we had
Now,
the original
how
versions.
old are you?
I'm 22.
Nice. AJ here is 38. I'll be 42 in a week and a half. So
I'm 45, so
there you go.
Yeah.
So you and I are about the
You've
same
seen the
age.
original
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, at the theater. So
You know,
I'm
before they
sure
got-
you've
So-
seen. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, Michael. That's an interesting question. How many of the original trilogy did you see actually in the theater?
I saw them all. I did see them all in the theater.
Okay, so you're 3 years older than me, so you were born in 73.
Yeah.
So in 77, you were actually in the theater at age 4?
Yeah.
So
Well, we saw. My parents took me because they wanted to go see it, and I went to go see it with them, and I thought it was like the coolest thing when I was that age.
See, I'm the same way. Like, the first thing that I saw was in 1980, because in 77, I was a year and a half old. I was born in
Okay.
February 76. So I saw episode 4 in 1980 because they put it out like a month before episode 5 came out. And so my first experience with Star Wars was episode 4, and then a month later was episode 5. So I'm basically the same thing with you.
Yeah.
So I was 4 when I first saw Star Wars, and you were 4. So,
Yeah.
So
I was 5 when the new trilogy came out. You know.
Yeah.
And you know, it was just mind blowing. I didn't know it sucked when I was little because it was just new Star Wars. Wow. You know, like.
wait a minute, are you saying the prequels suck?
I mean, a lot of people say they do. You know.
Now be honest here, because
To be honest, I don't know why the hell they threw in Jar Jar Binks if George Lucas wasn't going to do much with him in the first place. Because there's a lot of fan theory, you know, about how he was supposed to be like a Sith. Because if you look in the first movie, he performs some of the stuff that, you know, Force users do. You know, he jumps around like he
all
does
right,
Force
this is
stuff.
like going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
If you
you
look
are
it up
saying
on
that
YouTube.
Jar Jar Binks was performing Force acts.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Explain that.
Okay, so when he was taking them to the Gungan base in the swamp, he kind of performed a force jump.
Oda Gunga underwater. Yeah.
And you only see that performed by Jedis, you know, or Sith, Force users. You can also kind of see him moving his hands around a lot, which he might be using a Jedi mind trick on Boss Nass to kind of move the war along forward. But you know what? It's just a theory, because if you pay attention to detail, it could have been something that George Lucas wanted to do, but didn't do because of how much the kids like Jar Jar around the time. You know, and that's
I have to ask you, because it does sound really fucking goofy.
it does, yeah, because he's such a clumsy
You really
mother.
believe that?
Yeah, because I read a book.
I've never seen anything because he read a book.
Well, no, I read not just any book. It was a autobiography by George Lucas,
Okay.
and he based
Which
most.
book was it, by the way, so we can promote it?
Shoot,
Because
it
we
was.
promote George Lucas at every turn because,
Right.
let's face it,
Yeah.
people that crap on George Lucas suck, and George Lucas gave us Star Wars, which is, you should always...
Yes, he's a genius. No
Yeah, we
matter, like,
firmly believe in
no matter.
150%
Right,
respect
right.
for Lucas, so...
But I found it in a library. I'm sure you can find it anywhere.
I have to tell you, I've never heard the Jar Jar making Force moves thing, and I have to tell you, I disagree with that.
That's fine.
I think he was just a goofy character for kids.
Yeah.
Now, in your defense, I could say, like...
I feel like that's how he ended up.
Yeah, I could see why people could see that, not just
Yeah.
you, but yeah, I could see that. But I just think Jar Jar was, you know,
You can look this fan theory up on YouTube. You know, you could just look up Jar Jar Binks Sith Master, and you could find fan theories about this stuff. Seriously, they will point out details in the movie where he does this shit.
I could see it. I just, for me myself, I mean, what do you think?
I think he was. I don't know. I think Jar Jar was a goofball myself.
Back to what I said.
Just to throw in there.
Wait a minute, Michael's talking.
Yeah, just to throw in there, just to throw in there for the kids, and I think George Lucas maybe threw it in there just to try something different.
Yeah.
But through the other next two movies, he really didn't do much. I mean, you saw appearances of him, and that was really it.
Yeah, that's the question then, Cody, for you. Like, because of your theory on Jar Jar, like, how do you feel like, now, Michael said it, and I think everyone pretty much universally will agree, so your opinion is kind of like not
I'm pretty popular, like, dead set on this, because,
but wait a minute, Jar Jar was all over episode 1, then he was maybe
in there for a few seconds.
2.5 minutes in episode 2, and then he was maybe 4 seconds in episode 3.
Yeah, I feel like they got rid of this whole evil spiel because of how much, like, the younger generation liked him as a good guy. Okay. You know, they didn't want to. I feel like he got persuaded into not making that happen by just fan popularity.
So you're thinking he was going to be evil, but based on fan response, they just let him fade into obscurity instead.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
that's actually not a bad theory.
Some deeper thinking going on there. You know, I really hope he gets a hold of this and maybe clarifies it. You know, because I've never heard of him clarifying anything on that. You know, but my whole stance on that is, like, in the autobiography, he based a bunch of Jedi moves and actions based on, like, kung fu fighters, and the style Jar Jar used is like a drunken fist sort of deal.
I've seen that too. Yeah, drunken fist.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because he's clumsy, but he's really effective at killing things. You know, like when he's like screwing around, like tripping over droids and stuff. He's like killing them. You know, he's bringing down tanks and stuff. You know, like it's just something to think about.
Do you think that was talent, or do you think it was just George Lucas putting that in for comedic value?
It could have been either. You know, I think it could have been the comedic value or what I was saying about how he's pretending to be a clumsy being, but he's really
clumsy.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so everyone's filing out now, so we'll ask you guys a final question.
Sure, go ahead.
We'll start with you, Cody, and we'll get you, Michael.
All right.
What do you hope to see from the future Star Wars movies? We have Episode 9 coming up. We have an as yet unknown Solo story.
Yeah.
So we already have Solo. We have Rogue One. We're gonna have a third one we don't know about, and now we have Rian Johnson's trilogy and the Game of Thrones writers trilogy. What are you hoping, as a Star Wars fan? What are you hoping to see from Star Wars in the future?
I'm really hoping to see that Obi-Wan movie I was talking about.
Okay.
I'm kind of hoping to see more on Kylo Ren, because there's kind of some things unsaid about how he became who he was. You know, Luke just kind of touches base on like how like I don't teach kids to be Jedi anymore just because of how bad he ended up. Well, what happened there? You know, that's kind of what I'm kind of like worried about. You know, why is his sword the way it is? Like the crystal inside of his sword, like his lightsaber, is cracked for a reason. You know, it's unstable for a reason. And I think it's because he's an unstable Jedi.
Right.
You know.
Now, who's your favorite Star Wars character?
Oh man, of all time.
Yep. All time.
Luke Skywalker.
Rock and roll. All right, Michael. What are you looking to see from Star Wars?
I just want to see some more good backstories on everything, just to get the history and foundation of everything, as far as that's concerned, and hopefully they keep on going as good as they are. And
so you like the new movies?
Yeah. I'm liking the new movies. I did like Rogue One. I thought that was pretty cool.
Which one of the three is your favorite?
Which three?
Episode 7, Episode 8, and Rogue One.
Oh boy, I have to admit I still like Rogue One. only because it's just a different atmosphere.
That's mine too.
Yeah. And it tells the story of how Darth Vader and Leia had to get captured and everything else, the destruction of the Death Star, all that stuff. It led everything together. Now, as far as my favorite character, I kind of like Chewbacca because
nice.
Because he kind of goes through all the stories. I mean, you have him and R2-D2 as well, just because they go through all the episodes, and you get to see them grow and everything else. I think that's pretty interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming out, man.
Yeah, thanks for interviewing us.
No problem, Cody. Very nice to meet you.
Cody.
So this is I'm JT at Dogpound Jedi. He's AJ
At Drake Adams 579.
and this is our live podcast, man. Michael, thank you so much.
No problem.
Cody, thank you so much.
No problem.
We'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. Catch you.